Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And today we have a new podcast to watch, which is exciting. This came across on my algorithm on Instagram, so I just found it, and I'm really excited, actually. It was right after I saw that new Britishy movie coming out, like Finding Emily or something, where the American girly pop has to be the one to truly understand the British boy and all that crap. And it just really reinforces the stereotypes that I have to deal with in my romantic life. And it just raises the bar even higher for me as an American. So thanks. Thanks for that, Finding Emily. But of course, I'm going to go see that movie. But apart from that, my algorithm knows me because this podcast came up and I was like, oh my gosh, finally, we have another. So we're going to get into this now. I'm really excited. I don't know anything about them. I know nothing. So I'm going in completely blind, okay? So I think this one is about Ozempic, maybe? It's called Surviving Society and Skinny HOES Getting Scurvy. That's what it's called. So let's go.
I absolutely had to lose 25 pounds.
You look sadder than a fat woman in a G-string.
Let me tell you, those of you who are starting dieting or dieting a little bit, this is what 67 pounds of fat looks like. I can't lift it.
Is out of here, mister!
Oh, nightmare.
Lunch has been canceled today due to lack of hustle.
Now, after 6 weeks of frustration.
Keep going, don't go.
The only way to do this is for you to start losing weight, Tammy, and get to a place.
I don't know.
A different type of body?
It's just like somebody who does Pilates every day, or someone who's working out every day.
There's two fat bad bitches over here, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bad bitches. And this is Under the Weight of It All.
So I will say this. I already feel like, just from very, very first impressions, they do have a little bit more riz than your typical fat activists. So this will be a little struggle for me. This will be an interesting exercise because a lot of times, especially when I was reacting to the Fab Fatties, there was no riz to be seen. So I could do it, but this will be a little trickier, I think. That's my first impression.
Hello. Welcome to Under the Weight of It All. Okay? This is where we break down the spectrum of the fat experience, confront the stigma society has put on us. We're going to flip that shame back with a little honesty, laughter, and a little bit of... Okay. I'm Kirsten Laura.
And I am Felicia Alexis. And this week is for the fight of fat liberation, for the freedom of body policing, and fuck you to the system that allows for fat people to be treated as less than, and you bitch ass niggas that perpetuate the shit. We're already trying to survive life. To try to survive this fat phobic system too is literally...
So I will be still looking at what type of zombies they are as far as my Last of Us zombie metaphor that I use all the time. I'm not sure. I have to figure it out. I do want to say first and foremost, I'm already getting toxic ritualistic energy within the very first, obviously that first clip, I could see that being satirical, but right with this, it's pushing the idea that the body hierarchy is super rigid and real and everybody feels the same way about fatness all the time, which is not true. And there's a lack of awareness too on what type of media are you choosing to watch? What type of media are you paying attention to? Again, are you like me and your algorithm sending you Finding Emily? I wonder why, especially when I was just watching like British TV and all that stuff. And my phone's probably like hearing me talk about things like my big fat mad diary or my fat diary. I don't know. I always get that title wrong. My mad fat diary. I think my mad fat diary. Or are you getting like all this stuff about weight and all that? Because that's what you're interacting with. You know, like obviously I get a lot of stuff that has to do with Ozempic, that has to do with fat acceptance, that has to do with like all that type of stuff, because that's what I interact with and I comment on and do all this type of stuff. So obviously that's what I'm getting. But I feel like with a lot of people within E fall by the letter D, so I have to say that. The toxic ritualistic, that's what I call it on the channel. That's the coded term for it. A lot of people within that TR mindset, they are not always self-aware that they are hyperfixated on anything that has to do with weight. They're hyperfixated on anything that has to do with fatness or all this kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm not. I get the slime videos, I get the conspiracy videos about like, you know, like I said, sirens in the ocean and weird stuff like that. I get the Olivia Rodrigo news. Obsessed lately, totally obsessed with Olivia lately. That's what I get, and it's because I'm constantly sending all the Olivia stuff to my cousin constantly. So it's like, does that mean that Olivia Rodrigo is being pushed on all of society? No, it doesn't. But it means that I'm paying attention to her. So it's like, especially with algorithms and stuff, we have to like at least take a little bit more accountability. In the past, you could make somewhat of an argument, but you could always not watch that show, not watch that channel. You know, you could change it basically. And I understand the pressure, or not pressure, but the desire to watch like The Biggest Loser in the 2000s. I watched it. I understand the desire to watch America's Next Top Model in the 2000s. I watched it, you know. I was there. I was the TR girly pop too, you know, I was in it. But it's like I also watched cheesy Nickelodeon shows and stuff. You know, it's like I watched a lot of stuff that had nothing to do with that. And you have to like take some responsibility. It's the same thing where I was watching Frilly the Banana Girl in like 2013 and trying out what she was suggesting, stupidly, might I add. And that was during the supposedly like body positive revolution era of the 2010s. But I didn't really experience that because I was on, you know, TR vegan YouTube, which I also used that to reinforce too. So it's like, no matter what, you can't hold society to a standard within this issue, because even if there's one thing in a pile of 100 other things, if you have this mental health issue, you will focus on the one thing and it will never be perfect. And I tell people that in toxic ritualistic recovery all the time. You have to become resilient, because you will never have a system or a world or whatever where nobody ever comments on weight ever. And so what you have to do is you have to stop trying to control it. It's similar to you have to stop. You can't monitor and control what other people are eating all the time either, because it's that same attempt at control that you have to let go of within recovery. So people will have opinions on it. It doesn't mean that you have to say anything about it. You don't. You don't have to be nasty about weight. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to talk about it ever if you don't want to. But you are going to hear it at some point, and you have to be able to handle it when it comes up.
Really fucking exhausting. And this is surviving society. Hey y'all! So welcome to Thick and Unfiltered. We about to do a little catch up We about to warm you up, get y'all ready for today's episode. So yeah, it's Karen's birthday, y'all. As you see, we got to set a little different. Let's celebrate that.
She's an Aries. Just had to point that out for the Astro Girly Pops.
Birthday hats.
These are so cute. Hold on.
Yeah, let's put our birthday hats on. My natural pocket.
I like that they're gold. Y'all, it's my motherfucking birthday, bitch. You got me a birthday present on my birthday because it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Unless this came out later, then she might be a Pisces. But this came out March 26th.
So you just gonna bring me a birthday gift on my birthday to my birthday party on my birthday with a birthday gift?
Happy birthday.
Bitch. Stay out my motherfucking house, bitch.
You got me birthday with a birthday. Okay.
Do you wear it like that? Is this the right way to put it on? I feel like a fucking fool.
An idiot sandwich. I want to put it on the back of my head just to seem cool.
I feel like a dunce.
I can't see. I feel like my shit gotta go to the side or something.
Can we do the whole podcast like this?
I feel like we should just have some funny shit. Like, fuck it.
We gonna be talking about some real shit. We can't take these
put them in
hoes.
the middle because you're a unicorn. Hey.
Lord have mercy.
I'm here for this.
Okay.
Y'all.
Comfortable. I feel like it's gonna fall.
I'm here for it. Okay, let's open up this champagne. Happy fucking birthday to me.
Happy birthday to Carrington. She
Y'all
is
love
a Pisces.
Oh, Pisces.
My fellow water sign sister.
And it's wet too.
Splash.
Why you smack your lips? It's my birthday.
Pisces.
I can't talk about my pussy being wet.
No, she can't. Absolutely.
It's my birthday. God made me a Pisces for a reason. I'm scared too. I'm like, that's a bad direction too. Hold on.
Oh, I've been chatting on this road too.
That's because I got a good grip. I'm talking about the cork, okay? Guys.
Definitely a Pisces. That's all I have to say.
It's my birthday. I am a gremlin.
I said a gripper. She said gremlin. She is.
I am a gripper too.
She's a gremlin gripper. The gremlin gripper.
Who have you been talking to? Damn, I've been trying to keep that one on the low. Y'all need to stop pillow.
Why? Why? Have you gotten dick? Why are you trying to keep it on the low?
I haven't gotten dick.
Okay, then we're not trying to keep it on the low.
Listen,
we're telling the people.
I don't know.
Gremlin gripper.
I think God is punishing me. If I'll be honest.
Why?
Why
do you think God is punishing you?
I was thinking about this by not getting penis. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think that over the past few years of me fucking around and doing certain things, I've always been like, I'm just doing this to have fun. And I think God's like, bitch, you need to get serious. And I feel like until I really am serious with myself and what I really want, I'm not gonna find somebody right now. And that's really how I feel.
Just for some dick though?
But I don't think that's really what I want. I think that's what I want.
Got you.
But I don't think that's really. Do you want some of this? I
got coffee.
Okay. Do you want?
When we take a break,
okay.
I'll come back with a mimosa.
I wanted to have a good. I should have brought my wine stopper. Well, I didn't know this was happening. Now I think about it. I don't even know. They surprised me with all of this, guys, which I'm so grateful for.
Surprise!
Yes. Yes, but I just don't. I'm not saying, and I'm not normally someone that's conventional, all the things you have to do the things.
Right,
I'm not. But I really do. I want a shared relationship with someone that really is my equal, and I don't think the way I've been going about that recently has been good for me. So, as much as I do want to get dick, even when I had, it would have been no shade, it would have been really easy for me to fuck the dude that I was just talking to, but I still I was waiting for him to say the right thing, which means I'm not just looking for dick right now. If I was just looking for dick, I would have just been fuck what he talking about anyways. I'm just trying to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not looking for that right now. So I'm trying to be more realistic and not run away from that feeling, because as an avoidant girly, that's what you do. You know you have that feeling. You know you want something like that.
Interesting. Avoidant girly. I like the tea I'm getting because I'm like, write that one down.
You're like, you could.
Told you guys, there is I do think, especially within a more severe level, which they might be more clicker, both of them. I'll have to see. But that's like my immediate vibe, just because you have like the podcast about it. You have, you know what I mean? The hyper focus on all the aspects of weight, all that stuff, probably likely a bunch of identification with it. And then in her case, you have the avoidance piece too, which I've talked about that a lot on my channel lately, which I was an avoidant girly pop. So, but I'm not anymore, so you can get over it.
So yeah. I'm trying to be realistic. So take me on a date.
Yeah, take my bitch out on a date. That's what she deserves. It's her birthday.
Yeah.
And
I'm a good time.
She is.
Yeah.
Get on a date on Friday.
LA, I love you. I don't want to have sex with you. I love you. You're like my brother. Come on. Bro, like I want somebody come trick on me.
Yeah, but men don't trick. Men don't trick anymore.
They don't.
Men want to
Women
be tricked on.
And honestly,
I didn't tell this story. I said I told this story. Ass backwards out here.
But if you're taking me on a date, because I have recently gone on a date. I didn't choose to go on this fucking date. I'm not gonna go into it. But if you're going to take me on a date, please notify me that we're going on the date. Please inform me that it's a date. Don't just surprise me and make it like that. Don't surprise me with drinks and with party hats for my birthday. Don't surprise me with a relationship. I'm way too avoidant for that shit.
Surprise me with
that
a relationship.
Scares me. That scares me. I'll run away. But, yeah, I was like.
They always say Pisces swim away, you know? Yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, interesting. It's interesting.
I was terrified that entire time, but yeah.
But you can see they're not bloaters. So they have a personality. They have a life outside of just fat, you know? Basically, I don't know what else to say. So I'm not getting the bloater vibe at all. This is not like super, super severe. But this is possibly still severe. So we will talk about it. We're going to keep getting into it, you know?
I literally called my sister after and was like, bitch.
What the fuck just happened?
Should I file a charge? Like, I feel assaulted.
That is funny as fuck.
What's going on with you? Felicia, I like the... Tell us about your time.
I'm being fed. Like... I'm not gonna lie.
Come on.
I'm not gonna lie. So I shared the last time I hooked up with. I feel like we need names. We need names for these men.
I feel like you gotta give him like a Game of Thrones name because y'all like relate over that.
LA said Dario Naharis. We gonna call him Dario.
Okay.
We gonna call him Dario.
My queen, I live to serve you.
Okay.
All right. So my little Dario.
We like Dario.
Well. They called him Dario Naharis on our Patreon. So I shared the story on Patreon about the last time we hooked up. We gonna see each other Wednesday. Real excited. He was like, "What you doing Wednesday?" I said, "You know, nigga." So,
yeah,
like, come drop that dick off.
Yeah.
So I told that story on Patreon. So if you want that saga, the saga continues. If you want that saga,
the motherfucking saga continues.
Go subscribe to our Patreon, $7.25 a month. Go support your girls so we can do more shit. We about to be out here in these streets this summer. Like, when I say like this shit is not just a podcast. Like, we're not just about to be behind these mics, and I don't think that y'all are ready for the concepts that we're about to come by.
No.
So go support us.
This will be out before that event too. I think on
the 28th.
This is gonna come out that first week.
That Wednesday.
Come out that week. So also, if you guys are watching this episode, if you guys want to follow our Patreon, we're gonna be going live for the Pray for the Prey event that's happening this weekend. It's their magazine release party. It's gonna be fly.
Yeah, we're gonna be dropping a vlog.
Yes. Maybe LA will fucking show their face.
Maybe.
Okay, we're all gonna be looking fly as fuck though. Yep. We really like, you know. Shout out to Pray for Prey also for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
shout out
really
to Mars.
Yes.
We love you, girl. We know
For
you
real.
watching.
Yeah.
Shout out to you and the community that she's trying to build. I think that we're very much in alignment with what they got going on, and we're blessed to work with them. And I mean, it's just we about to put Cleveland on.
Yeah.
So
And like we're going out more. So like, you know, if y'all want to see me and Felicia out, especially.
Yeah, I wanted to say too, I'm getting a lot of extroversion vibes. So this is also very interesting to see because I've dealt with a lot of introvert cringe. Not getting introvert cringe whatsoever. I'm the introvert cringe on this video. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. But there are extroverts in FA, so we got to talk about it.
It has a book club that's ran, you know, follow the community page.
it's fun, yes.
Follow, I think Mars Worldwide is their Instagram page as well if you want to see more about the book club. But like, you know, me and Felicia, again, we don't want this should just be behind cameras. Like, we want to really talk to y'all and, like, really build this community in real life. So, come to these events if y'all can. We're going to a chef-catered event on the 4th as well.
Yes.
We'll find the
I'm so excited to drop that review. Maybe we'll drop that review in our Patreon.
Yeah. Chef Antonia, which thank you again for inviting us to that
Yes,
as well. We're
absolutely.
so excited about that.
I'm honored, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
That was such a...
And Cleveland has an amazing food scene, so I'm excited as hell. I know this food's gonna be so good. I was going through her page and I was like, I'm excited. I'm really excited. So, also, we got to talk about the book too.
Oh yes.
Okay. Was there anything else that we wanted to? Before we go into that.
I'm getting dick from somebody else, so we have to come up with a name from
Hold
him.
on.
He has the longest, prettiest dreads. I love them.
I'm
but
happy that
he's
Felicia's
not
in her
like...
black man era. I just want to say that.
No, a Dario and a Tarzan. We're gonna call him Tarzan because I mean it's giving.
They're long and pretty like that.
Yeah. Yes, very much
Tarzan.
So. But like, I feel like it's very much like a traditional, like in the sense, like I don't know, I don't really want him to talk to me too much.
All right, zip it.
It's very much like a pull up, drop the dick off, bye, love you.
Like we cuddle, we do the thing. Like it's more like it gives me something different than what Dario do. Yeah, I don't know. I fucked with this week. It's like
Dario's kind of like
it's good.
That's
dick.
your bro and you good dick type shit, which I feel like that's always gonna be. Even if I'm getting better dick from someone else, which this sounds crazy, I'm gonna kind of enjoy that more just because you get more of a relationship out of it. It's fun.
I would think, okay, like, I enjoy the sex better with Dario, but, like...
You have equally good sex, but for different reasons with people.
Yeah. His sex, like, we don't, like, I'm not sucking dick. You know, it's not the same we use condom. Like, it's not...
It's very different.
It's very different, but it's more like, oh, we cuddle and, like... I don't know. It's a different vibe, and it's a different vibe, and it, like, I wanted to listen to him talk, and then, like, I was like, oh... He's corny. Please shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A.
And then I turned off the lights.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, like, when me and Dario kick it, like, the lights be on. Like, you know, like, we be kicking it. And then we, you know.
Has that, because that's
oh, dude, I kept the lights on to have a conversation. He started talking. I immediately turned, okay,
Stop. You know, you're like a child. Talking, if you just... One time.
Does that happen to you frequently when you talk to men? Like, I feel like that's very...
I feel like I have a crazy vetting process. So you don't get in front of me.
Okay.
You know, and it just like, this guy just happened to get a come up because I fucked him after drunk history. I fucked him after drunk history. I was not in my right. I was coming off of a drunk ass night because it was Izzy's birthday, and I like almost killed a whole bottle of Hennessy by myself that night. What we drank on the pod was what I had left over from that night.
Yeah.
We had enough for 2 shots. So like
a time.
Yeah. And I did share. I did spread the wealth a little bit, but like not very much. So it was a time. And then after I left here, I was like, I want some dick. And like Dario live an hour away. This dude live quick 20, 25
so it's
on the street. You know what I mean? Like so yeah, he came on drop. I was literally like open the door, was like, come on. Like, and I don't know. Yeah. It's fine though. It's fine.
I get what you're saying though.
It's
like
different.
I get what you're saying. It's like this.
Like right now, I'm just like not really like.
I've had some fuck buddies where it's like I don't want to say I'm using them. I don't want to say I'm using them because that's not what it is, but it's like
Yeah.
you're almost like a toy
It's
in a way.
It's a stand-in, like, so I feel like they give me, so like Dario gives me like.
It's like you lucky here to just help me bust my nut a little bit. Like
Dario is very much like we connect, we vibe. I think like
I'm gonna say I do feel a little bit of avoidance from her too. So I think they both might be avoidant because it's very it's the way they talk about it, it's kind of like intellectualized, so it's like it's more a little bit colder, and I think there's somewhat of a non-committal vibe, which is, you know, it's fine if that's what it is, but just even the way she was like, I have a crazy vetting process, which there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but I still have to keep it in the context of this podcast, of, you know, everything going on. And so I'm like, okay, I think they might both be that way.
I think we like each other. Like, we're cool. Hi, shout out to you because you watched the podcast. He literally messaged me and was like, did you see that?
Yes, I thought that was cute as fuck. I was like,
yeah. So,
like, he's normal.
Yeah,
He's supportive.
Exactly.
That's fire that he watches.
So
and
I
shit.
feel like it's a vibe and
Yeah.
it's cool. Where the other dude, it's like we cuddle. It feeds me
Yeah.
in that way, like a more intimate. But
It feels like there's not that much of a connection.
But there's
though.
not.
Yeah. Because the other dude, it feels like even if y'all weren't having sex, y'all would be cool. Like,
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Because y'all just have like a lot in common from what it sounds like.
But
and he just sounds like normal.
Tarzan also is only separated from his wife.
Oh, she ain't girl fuck business.
I'm not telling y'all because that's not my business to tell y'all. But you know,
that ain't your business at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of like.
I'm not gonna repeat what she said, but what she just said.
And I'm just not.
Why do you even make you privy to that though?
I asked.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But
I still feel like that's not like that's his choice.
Yeah, like you know.
And I also feel like if that's. I hope that is like truly what he's saying and that's the truth and all the things, and like if that's the case, then like it is what it is.
I do believe him. He seems like a good guy. You know, like that's why he kind of corny. So that's kind of why I don't want him to talk to me a little bit. Like, but he's cool and
I hate a nigga that don't have swag. And
he
the
fucks
finest
good.
niggas be weird.
It's just the sweat. I don't like sweat on my face. It's just a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. Anyway, enough.
Because I don't mind a fluid. Like I'm a spit girly, but like when it comes to that's where we draw the line.
LA are making the same thing.
That's where we draw the line.
I like a spit on a dick.
Oh
but
my
not
God, I might have to
spit.
edit this out.
I did that one time and I was like, why did I do that? That was fucking disgusting.
It's disgusting. That's
If you're into it, you're into it.
Anyway.
No, I love that shit. I'm a nasty bitch. And it's what's crazy is the last person that like really was like fucking around with. We never even had a conversation. It was just like a connection, and it's like, yeah, spit in my mouth.
Some real nasty shit.
Spit in my mouth.
I thought I was a nasty
Treat
bitch.
me like you're a whore.
I mean,
I'm
I
a
do love
freaky
that.
bitch.
No,
But that's
I do
also
love
where
that.
I'm like, I am tired of having like these deep like because I am so sexually.
So I want to talk about this too because they are talking a lot about sex, and I do see this within the toxic ritualistic a lot. Like if you guys remember the woman that was talking to Jillian, that clicker, on the debate where she was like, I can be with anybody in the street, and she said something like that. So oftentimes sex is used as a flex within the toxic ritualistic world, or your appeal is used as a flex. It's also a way to sort of feign depth or connection with an audience. So if I talk to you about sex, then you're connecting with me, because that's like a way of it's just a similar thought process, especially because you have to remember this is not like a private conversation that they're having with each other. If that was that, forget everything I'm saying. This is on a podcast. So this is public information. This is being put out there, and it's for a reason. So it's to be like, I'm talking about this so you can trust me. I'm talking about this so you know me, because you know loosely what I'm into, with whoever I'm hooking up with at the time, you see? So it's a little bit cold, but it's an attempt at creating psychological connection with the audience. That's basically what I would say. Which again, they are more charismatic for sure. So there's a lot more Riz in this podcast. So I'm just I have to be like very intellectual in how I talk about it because I'm out Riz for sure. And I'm aware of it. So I'm just trying to show you and like cut beneath that and tell you what they're doing so that you understand. So it's also a way to flex. Like I have these guys looking at me. I get plenty of attention, right? I have plenty of options. So it's a very, very subtle brag too. Like I said, in the context of the podcast, this is not like a diary podcast. This is very specifically about weight. So you have to not forget the context that they're talking about this. This is a podcast about weight. So it does fall under that. So I definitely am getting more clicker energy from them, but they're not angry, they're not upset, but nothing triggering has really happened. And they're not really talking about anything like that. So I just am trying to point out some of the undercurrent of what's going on.
Open, it is hard to find like even a partner in that way that's not like men be inexperienced and weird, and I'm a fat girl and I feel like they be trying to like experiment. I'm not trying to do that, especially like even now being 28, it's still similar shit.
She definitely seems sensitive. So I'm getting just like basic pop psychology, armchair psychologist vibes. I feel like she might be more of a fearful avoidant, which is kind of more what I was. And she's more of like dismissive avoidant. So that's what I'm getting. But I am getting some avoidant energy for sure from both of them.
Hey, and it's like I don't want to do that. Like I'm very okay with where I'm at being sexually liberated in myself. And
like she's craving that intimacy, but it's scary. I feel like just wants her freedom, basically. Or she's like, just stop talking, just get to it type of vibe, right? So it's interesting. It's just building the psychological profile in my mind, you know?
I want a partner that's capable of understanding that, but it's hard to find sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even just in a sex partner. Like,
for sure.
And I'm not out yet.
Like, I'm like monogam-ish. Obviously, I have done the unicorn thing. It's not like something that I am always doing because I kind of go in and out. It depends. Like, I'm very, like... Sometimes I'm feeling more girls than I am guys. Like, I know, like, what I lean towards more, but, like, you know, sometimes you gotta have a good puss.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes it's nice to have that consistent person that is, like, cool.
Yeah.
That's, like, even if it's...
I'm wondering if she's more stalker, too. So I feel like she might be more there. Because with stalkers, too, which they both seem like they party and stuff. But stalkers are kind of more, that's a level 2 zombie, so not as severe. They're kind of more cold a little bit, and they're more like anhedonia-ish. So the toxic ritualistic, it causes anhedonia. So it's like she's not as stimulated, so she needs newer things, that kind of vibe. And that can happen within partying, or it can happen within sex. It can happen within anything, right? So it's just, again, I'm paying attention. So I think she might be more of a stalker type, so a little bit less severe. And she's more clicker for sure. But I'll see. I'm still figuring it out, so bear with me.
Not fully committed, but like it's consistent. Like it is nice.
Yeah,
there's a sense of security.
That's literally all I want right now is like consistency and respect. And
I
feel
like security in that without it being like overbearing or like it having to form into like a full relationship.
Yeah, like
which I get that.
I feel like it's nice to like not feel that way.
Yeah.
But enough about our sexual.
Yeah.
Healings.
Y'all, can we tell y'all? Okay, so. Shout out to, we want to tell y'all about this book that we were sent by Danielle Allen.
Thank you.
Yes, it is called Curvy Girl Summer. Y'all, Okay, so we voted to see who's gonna read it first. I ended up winning, which I am. Whoo! Because I'm not having sex, I'm grateful that I got this book. I just wanna just the first 3 pages. The first 3 pages, I kid you not, I was nutting. I was like so mad that
I'm nutting.
It was so good. Y'all, I literally messaged the author and was like, girl. She did. Girl. Like, you was in your bag. So I suggest if you are a smut girly, if you are a fat girly that wants to read a book, because I'm on like page like 30 or 40. I'm on chapter like 2 or 3.
Okay.
And where the book is going, there's a lot of situations that have happened in the main character's life. The main character's name is Anaya. It really does correlate with that, with like a black woman's experience being fat and growing up and like having to listen to the scrutiny of like your family. And this character, I just turned 28, as we just talked about, and this character I think is around the same age, so it feels very on par of like where I'm at in my life. So I think that if that aligns,
I think she's definitely a clicker, because she's kind of doing that thing too where fiction and reality blend, so you have to pay attention to that too. There is like a blending of that. I almost wonder if there's something in the brain when you're in this problem that makes it harder. Well, especially at a clicker level, you begin to lose perspective. I've talked about that a lot. I was there. I was a clicker. So you lose perspective, and you can, I notice it with a lot where they can't separate fiction from reality as much. Even for me, like, it wasn't as like weight related. This is so weird. I'm about to say something. It's not that weird, but it's weird for me to remember. But for example, when I saw the movie Perks of Being a Wallflower in 2012, the main character was like very introverted, and I was like I did not like it because I felt like it didn't represent the introvert struggle. And like I felt like the character was similar enough to me where I was like, I didn't like how it was represented, and I got like very upset about it. And I mean, like, I spiraled about it for like days, and I got very depressed. So it's like, that's, I think, my example of that, of what that could, of like my experience with that. So I think it is something, it's probably, I don't know if it's just the mental illness or if it is physical, but there's something to that. And I was definitely a clicker by 2012. Absolutely.
you definitely read it. But the first 3 pages, y'all, I'm going to just, let's see. Let's start. Okay. The sound of his belt buckle hitting the laminate floor was like a bell alerting me of what was to come. I grabbed the edge of the island countertop and braced myself. I didn't ghost you. He did. He positioned both of his hands on my hips, tugging me back so that I felt him hot and hard against me. And I still couldn't stop thinking about our last time together and how hard you came on my face. His hands roughly pushed up my flowing top, exposing more of my back, and how sexy you looked riding me and coming on my dick. I was dripping wet.
Spicy.
Baby, that was a paragraph on page 2.
Okay.
Now you see why I messaged that lady? I said, girl.
She said,
girl.
Let's get to the good part.
Okay. I was hooked. I said, girl, you got me in here. Yes. I want to know. And I'm waiting for another. I need another. I know
Serious?
This book got secrets in here. Okay? Read that. I didn't even just do that justice. Please read this book, y'all. Seriously. But, yes. So thank you, Danielle, for sending that to us.
Yes, thank you so much.
We are so grateful. I'm excited for the rest of the team to read that as well. So
yeah, me too. I'm excited to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this week I should have did a trauma alert, because it is like, honestly, making this outline was low-key triggering. The questions that I had to come up with, and I'm like the fact that we even have to have this conversation, honestly. But before we get into that, I seen this post on Instagram this week, and it was talking about how people taking GLP-1s are getting a sailor's disease. These motherfuckers is out here getting scurvy.
Oh, scurvy ain't for the likes of me. Yo ho, yo ho, yo.
And let's just
What? You bikini bottom ass, barnacle ass bitches are getting scurvy to be skinny? And
It's wild because these are the symptoms. Okay, scurvy. It causes severe vitamin C deficiency, commonly presents with fatigue, weakness, aching limbs, and irritability. You bitches are siphoning your cells of life to fit into a dress.
It's crazy.
To fit into a suit.
I just like...
Oh yeah, we've gone full in. We've gone full in. Did you see? It took over. It was already there. I could see it underneath the surface, and then we go right in and boom. And I do think she's a stalker. The way that she went into combat, that was more of a stalker combat. And yeah, so I think I figured them out. Stalker, clicker. So that's what it is.
Scurvy, bitch.
So just to argue the point, you just need to get vitamin C. I don't know. People ignore it. Vitamin C and calcium are extremely ignored within downsizing in general. Very important. Super important. And I will say too, iron too, especially at a vanity level. Iron is really hard to come by when you're like usually having you're having a stricter cal def. So be aware of iron too, especially at vanity levels. But in general, so across the board, vitamin C and calcium, super important.
I think it's hilarious because when people justify the disgust that people have for us as like health.
How does that not disgust you? If I'll be honest, I don't want to throw shade, but I'm like, me being fat, just being like, the only thing you can say is I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know any of my health issues, but like seeing like these bitches look like they got scurvy. Not even to be funny, like. Y'all all been reposting all their pictures being like, why the fuck does this person look so sick? Yeah, it's like the bitch got scurvy. That's why. That's why. And that doesn't disgust you, but me being fat without you knowing anything about you cannot.
You bitch, you gotta get your nutrients in. These motherfuckers not eating at all.
Our
bitch.
skin be looking
get you some spinach, Popeye.
It's true. You do need you do need nutrition. That's true.
The fuck?
It's just like never are you injecting yourself with something that's giving you a disease.
But but I think it highlights the fact that it's never about health.
No.
Because that's not healthy. That is not healthy.
So never, again, you can see how she's using these, there's like pseudological statements of a stalker. So never is a strong word. Never is very black and white. But the way she presents it and how she talks, it sounds reasonable. So you see, that's what you have to look out for. So never is not true. There are a lot of people that do it for health. There are a lot of people who take GLP-1s for health too. So that's not true. That's too black and white.
Talking about how the fat loss is not fat loss, it's bone density.
Yeah.
Huh?
So you don't have that much bone on you. I think for me, I'm 6'1", somewhere around 200 lbs, somewhere around there. And I think my bone weight is like 8.8 pounds or something like that. So bone weight is not, like the weight that's being lost, it's not purely bone. Now it can be partially bone, especially if it's done with no nutrition, right? No exercise, no weightlifting. Not ideal. Then we're getting into this is a not ideal situation. If there's no vitamin D, if there's no consideration at all, then it could be a problem. You see? So same thing with muscle. So people will lose a lot more muscle weight than bone weight, especially if they're inactive and they're not getting enough protein and that kind of thing, which is why it's brought up so much. That's also why, the food industry has been pushing everything's protein because of the GLP-1 trend, basically. So that's why, but there isn't enough focus on bones and just basic nutrition, which I've talked a lot about, because GLP-1 is pushed as a miracle drug, a miracle cure. It's not. It's never been a miracle drug. It's never been a miracle cure for weight issues. I think that it is very great for diabetes, insulin resistance, these types of things. But it is not something that is magically solving weight issues. And people talk about it that way as if it is. And when people do talk about it that way, that is also toxic ritualistic, because it's not true. It's going back to a CalDef. So that's how you're downsizing, is a CalDef, which a CalDef, you need to do it correctly. So you need to get nutrition in. You need to go at a decent pace, not too fast. And you also need to make sure that you're within a healthy range. So there's a lot of those things, but they don't give any warning if you have a TR issue. They just say, oh yeah, just take it. And then there's bad results. And then now those bad results are being used by zombies to justify not taking it or not downsizing, period. So you'll see this will go from, we shouldn't take the drugs for downsizing at all. And then it will shift to, we shouldn't downsize, period. And so they're kind of taking the society as pressuring everybody to do this. That's also a toxic ritualistic idea, and it frames them as the victor of the situation, as the strong ones, the ones that are better than you because they're not downsizing. So that's how the bingo flex exists a lot, especially today and online. So it's, if you don't know what that is, replace the O with an E. But we're talking about that E followed by the letter D. Okay. So it's that flex too. So we had the sexual flex, and then now we have the next flex coming in, which is society is so awful, but we're strong and we don't bend to it. Like these HOES. That's the title. So I could show you. Yeah. So, yeah. Rizzy as they may be, they're still aggressive or mean. It's still mean. It's still competitive, put to you that way.
Y'all are going to break in fucking half. You guys will never make it to 80 because you're going to fucking
bitches are living in pineapple under the sea, head asses.
Not to bring it back to Game of Thrones, but like, remember that scene where Melisandre went out after the long night fight and she just disappeared, just like broke down into dust. You bitches are going to turn to dust trying to fit into a fucking size 2. I'm just saying. It's
but
never.
We're disgusting though. Yeah. It's. I don't have scurvy. I just want to say that.
I drink enough orange juice. I get scurvy.
Yeah, I don't have.
But you might have other issues, and you probably do. So, it's also the performing health. It's also the I'm healthier than you. So you see, there's a lot of competitiveness in this conversation, which it's not really highlighted that much from a bingo perspective, but it is there. It's just a little bit more subtle, but it's more so. It does take a moralistic approach, but it's kind of like, I'm a good person, or I'm doing the right things. I'm healthier. So and that does exist in the other ones too, but I just am more so saying it really does exist in bingo. It absolutely does.
My doctor's not worried about that.
Yeah, no, but they're not worried about their doctor either. You know what I mean? Like they're worried about other people's opinions.
I can't wait for us to have a conversation with an actual physician, which I know will be coming sooner than you guys think. But I am curious of what is the conversation that's being had with someone that is abusing Ozempic? Because I know that there's a middle ground. Like, I'm not saying this is not horrible for everybody, but like for those people that are abusing it, that are honestly being pushed to us in the media, because I really do think that like there's probably a huge community of Ozempic users that are not necessarily abusing it in the ways that are being presented to us, but because our society favors like being smaller and having that type of body, I do think that what's being pushed to us is people like overly using it. What is the conversation that's being had with them behind the scenes in a medical setting? Like, is there a, like, stop taking this because it's still being prescribed? You know what I'm saying?
So that, I will say, that is a fair criticism from the doctor perspective. I wonder that too sometimes. But I do want to point out again, the algorithm is on you. So what's being pushed to you, especially on like an app, like Instagram, for example, that's more so what you are choosing to interact with. Again, is Olivia Rodrigo being pushed on everybody? No. No, she's not.
Skinny
Like,
equals good. Skinny equals healthy.
but I'm like, we're talking about like, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about scurvy, which is a medical disease. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're being diagnosed with something else. Like, are we still in that case? Is that now, like, when does it become a helpful, and when are you like, when does it stop being helpful? And when are you starting to like redirect?
It can be used badly, which a lot of people that are huge proponents of Ozempic, they don't acknowledge that, and that weakens the position of it. I want you to understand that. But it's not really like a normal person's fault. It's that zombies use Ozempic, zombies talk about Ozempic crazily, then other zombies, again, it's we build it up as a miracle, then we abuse it, then we demonize it. So that happens over and over again. So that's what they're talking about. So it's like they're using the work that other zombies did to justify why it's so bad. And then they slow roll it out like we shouldn't be using it, and then eventually it shouldn't be used at all, and then they will probably advocate for it to be banned or something, which I don't know how far they will get. It really depends, but I think it could. I've told you guys on this channel, I think it'll end up being kind of similar to the fen-phen thing, where it did end up getting banned. Maybe there will be a certain combination, or one of those will get taken off, that kind of thing, or whatever. It'll become more limited, be harder to get it covered under insurance. Like there's a lot of different ways they could police it. So, which again, at the time I was trying out like a more incendiary activistic message, but for example, you can still get one of the fen-phens, today. The other one is gone though, I think, if I remember correctly. So if we're talking like the realistic outcome, it's that, and then culturally, it's totally demonized. So culturally, taking something like that, it's like forbidden to this day. So that's what they'll do with Ozempic. And they'll try to rename it, they'll do all this stuff, but it will still, they will have, I do believe they will have success in limiting it. I absolutely do. So like I told you guys, for those of you that are on it, I would think about that. What are you going to do in the event of that? Are you just going to get it out of pocket? Are you going to get it? Are you going to get off of it? Right? Like you need to think about that down the line. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow, but give it 3 years. A lot can happen in the toxic ritualistic world in 3 years. So I'm just trying to let you know that this is coming. They are not the only ones talking about this. It's a huge trend within the zombie horde. So be aware of that. Be aware that some limits are coming, more than likely. And I think there's a new drug that they're trying to have come out too, and they'll probably try to combine them. And I have a feeling that might be another moment where it might not go that well. So I'm just saying, be careful. Use them correctly. Don't use it if you have a TR problem. Just don't. I keep telling people that, and they're like, it's the only thing that saved me. No, it's not saving you. You're replacing it. So, and going from bingo to Anna is not saving anything. Going from either of them to Mia is not saving anything. You're not changing. You're not out of it. You just switched. So the drug helping you to switch, it's not actually helping you. And that's an important conversation.
A conversation for them being off of it, or is there just like a blindness to it where they're not saying anything at all? Like I'm curious, because I'm like, there's no way.
I feel like it depends on the doctor.
There's no way we care.
Just like
we
medical
don't care
bias
about anorexia
depends
in this country,
on the
you know what I'm saying?
doctor.
Like I know it's still like not probably not as talked about as like being fat, but we like doctors care about anorexia. The doctors do care about like being extremely small. So I'm like, what the fuck are the conversations that these doctors are having with these patients, and why is it still being prescribed?
Yeah.
And like, why are like even I'm thinking of like the medi spas that are able to like prescribe it. Like, why is there not some type of like halt? But then I also think like some of
So they're going to advocate for it to be highly limited.
these people are getting it prescribed online, and
Some
these
people
doctors
are
are
taking,
like not. You know what I mean?
Taking Ozempic that's not theirs though. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that
Like,
happens.
y'all trading shit like it's
That happens with any drug, though. So abuse happens with anything.
well, fucking like y'all.
But that's why I say don't do it if you're toxic ritualistic, or if you do, you have to really separate it from your weight. If you separate it from your weight and your mind, you'll be fine. But you have to make an effort to separate it.
trading a fat. Like y'all trading the hair wrong. That dog. That shit's crazy. Y'all trading the diet drugs, the GLP-1s, like they're street drugs, just to lose weight.
I'm praying for y'all.
I don't know. Same.
Yeah. Crazy,
but
crazy. Happy birthday to me though.
Yeah.
Woo. All right, y'all. So we're about to do society scale. So y'all.
Okay, so we will pick this up again soon. I'm glad I found this. We'll continue. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.